guys. I think now we have audio. Mhm. Hello, I think we have audio now. Hello, everyone. So we have reached 50,000 subscribers on the channel, which I am incredibly grateful for. I tried to do a live stream earlier to thank you guys about, you know, watching the channel and how great it's been doing. Peter. What's up, brother? All right, so I am really grateful that the channel has finally reached 50,000. It's been an amazing journey. We started the channel 2 to 3 years ago. It started really, really slow. I did it as a way to promote not cooking anything today. We're just doing a little live Q&A. If you have any questions about like nutrition, anything about me, the recipes, or anything like that, just feel free to ask on here. This is my first time doing a live video. Let me see if I can see the screen without my glasses. All right, so cool. I can see pretty good, but not too good. I'll keep the glasses on. So I wanted to do this as a way to thank you guys because we just reached 50,000 subscribers, and then also answer any questions you might have about me, nutrition, the channel, the recipes, the direction that we're going with the channel. There's a lot of really cool stuff coming. I'm going to be doing a lot more gardening videos, like growing your own food. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys some sweet potatoes that we just grew. One moment. So these are some homegrown sweet potatoes that we grew in our garden. We're going to be doing a lot of videos where we'll be harvesting the vegetables. I'll do like a garden to table video. I'll show you guys how the veggies are grown naturally and organic in our garden and how to prepare them. As you guys know, I went vegan in January due to health problems. I was around, I think, 210 pounds when I started the diet in January, and I had really high blood pressure. I've been into fitness my whole life. I actually own a vitamin and supplement store. This is where I'm shooting the video from now. Is the back of our store. Uh, Thank you. No, I started first studying nutrition since I was really young, probably since I was 15 years old, and then as I grew up, I had a car dealership at one point, and then it transitioned into a supplement store. I got into supplement retail. I've been doing that for 12 years now. The store is doing really, really bad now since Amazon has taken over everything. So I converted the back of the store, which is the office that you're seeing now, into a little YouTube cooking studio, and started putting up videos. As I transitioned into what I was doing as far as a diet, I would do the videos. My last 6 months of videos have been all vegan, as you guys probably already saw on the channel. Um, I do gardening. We have a really, really nice home garden. Um, we are in Florida, Cape Coral, Florida. It's actually southwest part of Florida in the southern tip of Florida. And we grow a lot of our vegetables here. We got, I guess, probably about a quarter of an acre, and we grow sweet potatoes, all kinds of vegetables. Everything we grow organic. We're trying to grow more and more food. Yeah, we have sound finally. That's awesome. Um, yeah, I know we had no sound earlier when we tried to make the earlier video. So the channel basically has evolved into a vegan, whole food, organic channel where I am trying to show you guys how you can grow your own food in your garden. If you don't have the option to grow in it, then certainly you can buy it or order it wherever. But we are going to try to teach you guys and show you how to produce a lot of your food in your own backyards. You can also grow stuff in pots indoors and stuff, and that's like my real passion right now as far as um, food goes, is producing my own organic vegetables, which has been a little bit challenging. It's really hot here in the summer. It's the worst time to grow anything. Everything dies. But I have lost 50 pounds since I started the diet in January. You guys can actually see my before and afters on our Instagram page, which is Healthy Recipe. And I was 200 and something pounds. I'm now 175. Uh, so I've lost over 50 pounds. My blood pressure is actually perfect now. I was eating try what I thought was a healthy diet. I was eating a lot of protein. I was eating low carb, and that got me nowhere for years. I started having blood pressure when I was 30 years old, and it continued to escalate. Yes, vegan. Um, I went vegan in January due to health problems. I'm 42 and started having high blood pressure at the age of 30. So I don't have a program, but it's all going to be free here on YouTube. If you go to our playlist in under the vegan section, I believe it's under the vegan section. There's a video of the garden showing all of our products. Got the notification. You're live again. I find your channel through. I need my glasses. Your keto recipes, but I'm glad you're thriving with vegan. Yeah, I did keto for 8 to 9 months, I believe, straight. I was super strict. I didn't do any carbs, and I lost weight when I did it. And I think that for me, it just wasn't ideal. I have a long history of heart disease in my family, and my cholesterol got very elevated when I got blood work. It wasn't working. Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, gardening is amazing. It's just they go hand in hand. My dad handles a lot of the garden now because I run a full time business, the supplement store that you guys are actually watching me in. This is my back office. So my dad is retired and does a lot of the gardening, and I help him on the weekends. And I also choose the seeds and the stuff that we're going to grow. But gardening is amazing, especially if you're vegan, because you can grow a lot of your food, and food vegetables are so expensive now. You can buy them super cheap. I mean, you can grow them super cheap without having to spend the money on organic vegetables. Also, the fact that they're local, there is microorganisms in the dirt that are absorbed into the vegetables that are very beneficial when you eat them. A lot of people don't realize, even if you're buying vegan vegetables, if they're coming from California, uh, for example, I live in Florida. If the vegetables are coming from California or another state that's really, really far away, The dirt has different nutrients and microorganisms that those vegetables are picking up. So when you're eating them, you're not getting your local microorganisms that are in the dirt. And that is all absorbed through the root of the plant. So when you grow your own or you buy local, you're doing a lot more for your overall longevity and health. And that's really important. Same thing with local honey. They say, you know, local honey is good for you because those bees pick up the pollen from your local flowers, and it's almost like getting an immunization. You're getting a little bit of that, uh, of that product. Thanks, bro. How are you? How have you been? Everything's good? My first time going live. I'm just trying to feel it. You know, you too. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's interesting. I'm gonna do it a lot more. Thanks. I've lost like 50 pounds. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask about nutrition, um, yeah, I lost 50 pounds. My blood pressure went from 140 to 100. Um, thank you so much. Yeah, honey helps with that. Absolutely, it helps because when you're getting the honey, especially if it's local, you're getting a lot of the. Thank you. You're getting a lot of the nutrients that are local that the honey's gather, the bees gather. Did you? No, I lost when I did keto. I probably lost 20 something pounds in the beginning. I was around 226 at one point. I was really, really out of shape at that point in my life, and I lost probably around 26 pounds. I got stuck around 200, 205. I would go back and forth, and I plateaued for months. Yeah, you try honey. It definitely helps, but try to get it from a local beehive. You know, from local honey farmers. I've studied nutrition for probably over 20 years. I own a vitamin and supplement store. It's called Just Add Muscle. We've been in business for 12 years here in Florida, and we're the business is doing really, really bad because of Amazon. Is one of the reasons why I started with YouTube and started this channel was to try to grow something else online because retail is just completely dead. Amazon has killed everybody. They say that uh, GNC will probably go out of business this year, and they've been in business for 100 years. So yeah, I mean it's rough, but I'm 42 now. When I started this business I was 30. So a lot of my priorities have changed, and I think that I can make the YouTube channel into something. And then also we started this thing which is called Kits. It's kind of like an affiliate thing where a lot of the products that I use on the videos, you guys can purchase them through Amazon, and it gives us like a kickback, a percentage. So like most of my videos have that link. You guys can go in and see like the stuff that we use for video equipment in the recipe videos. It shows the ingredients that we use in the videos. Some of them are kind of hard to find. Like for example, we have like organic. I eat a lot of organic legumes, and they're cheap. Amazon has their own brand, which is 365 brand. You can get organic cans of beans, garbanzos, with no EPA on the can for $1. So that's one of the things that I stock up on. I fill up a carriage when I go. I go to Whole Foods locally, but Amazon will deliver them if you have Prime for free. So you can order like, garbanzo beans, black beans, kidney beans. Per can is $1. So I have those links to all of those foods. I also eat a lot of oatmeal. I eat it is rolled oats. I buy them organic. I buy 15-pound bags of it, and we have a storage in my house where we just keep the organic oats there, and I eat them for a lot of recipes. I make them savory. Sometimes I make them with beans. They're delicious. Believe it or not, you have to try savory oats. In the morning, I use the quick oats, and I also get those organic, and I put a little bit of sriracha and salt. But you can certainly have them sweet. I do organic brown rice. The jasmine rice has got a little bit of crispiness to it on the outside. I put it in the rice cooker, then I cook that, and then I'll do beans, different kinds of pastas. We grow a lot of greens. Kale grows really well in Florida. It actually grows like a weed here. So it doesn't get any diseases. We're able to grow really, really good quality organic kale, like with almost no effort. We just throw the seeds in the ground, and basically we got kale for most of the year, and it doesn't die. It's amazing. You can go out and just pick the leaves. There's also something that's really interesting. If you guys want to look it up, it's called longevity spinach, and it's actually also a weed. It's a perennial. You can just put the seed. They actually send you little plants online. I bought mine for $10. They sent me 3 little plants, and I just stuck them on the ground. And I'm gonna do a video on that for you guys. It actually looks like a jungle. It's not a regular spinach. It's got leaves that are lighter green, and it's got a little bit of a nuttier flavor. And also, there's another one called Okinawan spinach that has the leaves are purple underneath, and it's some of the most nutritious greens in the world. They say that it actually helps with lowering cholesterol and blood sugar and a lot of different things. And almost no effort. Like all we do is water it. We took this little plants that they sent us. I think I got them on Amazon. They sent us 3 little plants for $10. We took them, stuck them in the dirt, and in a couple of weeks we had the thing was starting to sprout everywhere. And now we can cut the ends of it, and it will grow roots. Do you cook anything with moringa leaves? I have not. Actually, it's funny that you asked because we just got moringa seeds from my dad's friend. She's a local neighbor, and we got pods, and I have the pods soaking in water at home right now. Moringa, from what I've seen, the leaves seem like they're a little bit tough, but I have not used it yet. I use a lot of Okinawan spinach. I use longevity spinach in my recipes. I use a lot of kale for greens. I also use something called purslane. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Purslane is also like a weed. It's got like these little crunchy stems, and it's a little bit salty, and you can pickle it really well. I actually found out from one of our subscribers. He said try pickling it, and I just took it and put it in a bottle of vinegar, and it's almost like pickles. I also make sauerkraut, salt water. You make a salt water brine, and you take a cabbage. You just chop it up. You slice the cabbage, and you take 1,000 grams of water. You weigh it, and 30 grams of salt. You use canning salt, and you just make a solution. Then you take your cabbage, you slice it up, and you put it in that bottle, and you just let it sit. And I use these little fermentation tops. Um, Thank you so much. So I use these little fermentation tops on the lids that the carbon dioxide, CO2, comes out, actually stays in, the oxygen comes out, and it preserves the cabbage, and it becomes sauerkraut. I have a video on that if you guys want to watch it, how to make sauerkraut. It's pretty cool. You could also make hot sauce. Um, there's all different kinds of stuff that you can make. I think they're called pickle tops, the lids that you use to ferment. And also I have that on my kits. If you guys go to any of my videos that are new, you'll see it says, get my gear or my kits. And I also have my cooking knives in there, my chef knives. And I'm adding more and more ingredients from the videos. So basically, if you guys order on Amazon, you're looking for an ingredient that I have in a video, and you want to order it, you can just click at the bottom of the video. It'll bring you to that kit, and Amazon, you buy it through Amazon. And if you got Prime, of course, you get it delivered for free. So it makes it a lot easier for you guys to find any ingredient. You go into Amazon anyways, and Amazon gives us, like 5% to the creators for providing, a sale for them, basically. So it helps both of us. You guys find the video ingredients, and then, we get a little kickback. So that's really, really cool. So this is just like an experiment that I'm doing. Just my first time doing it with you guys. And next time I'll give you guys a couple hours warning. The first video didn't have any audio in it, so it was not good. And then I tried to do something else which requires an encoder, which I think I have to download a different app. It's a little bit complicated. What's my least favorite food? That's a good question. I don't really care for celery. I'm not a huge fan, and I used to not like beets, but once I made roasted beets, I always try to give food a lot of different tries. If I don't like something, I try to make it a different way or work a way around it, especially if it's a vegetable and it's supposed to be good for you. I'm always really open minded, but beets to me used to taste like dirt. So what I started doing was I tried them in different recipes. I peeled them and I roasted them first, and then I cut them up and put them in a salad, or like an Asian type of a fusion. I added soy sauce and sesame oil and all that stuff, and I made this amazing beet salad. And I really, really learned how to enjoy beets. Also pickled, I like them, but celery has always been kind of like a tough one for me. Um, yeah, I mean, it just has like a weird taste. I like the texture. I like the crunchiness. I used to like it with blue cheese before, but I don't eat blue cheese anymore because, I went vegan, so that kind of went away. But I used to love celery with, when I used to get chicken wings and all of that stuff. And now, of course, I don't eat any of that stuff. I am picked to try the spinach varieties. Thank you. Your experiment worked great. That's still thinking. Well, we were just talking about that today, my wife and I. My dad is, sometimes he'll eat meat, and he's older, so and he's my dad, so I can't tell him, exactly what to do. He's eating a lot less of it. He was eating it every day. Now, he might be eating it like once a week, so he's doing a lot better. Yeah, they are really good. You got to try them in a salad. I have a video in there too, which I did a salad, and it's with soy sauce and sesame oil, like an Asian inspired salad. And I think I put a little bit of some kind of heat. I think I might have used Thai chilies ground up or something like that, and it's so good. I also have a smoked salt that I bought. I want to say maybe TJ Maxx, because they have great deals. And I took that smoked salt and ground it up with Thai chilies, and I made this amazing smoked salt and chili that goes so good on everything. I only like beets roasted. I don't know if I ever had botched. Botched? Is that what is how you say it? I don't know if I ever had it. What would you have at Thanksgiving? Because you don't eat turkey. Like Thanksgiving for me was always just kind of, where we ate a lot. Sometimes we would do ham, we would do turkey, but I'm not really like that traditional about food. Like I eat oatmeal savory. So, I'll eat savory food for breakfast. I'm not really traditional. I could do really anything, but yeah, I mean, it's different, I guess, not having turkey. I would have turkey sometimes, but not, I was never really a huge fan. So I wouldn't be, I guess I could probably do like a fried rice or something, it could be really anything, as far as that goes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if eventually I might eat like small fish or something like that down the line if I see that my diet needs it. Like, there's some people that say they had some deficiencies. So far, my health is better than it's ever been. I have more energy than ever, and my cholesterol and my triglycerides, all of that stuff is down, and my blood pressure was the first thing that I noticed that was better. Lentil loaves. Oh yeah, I need to do that. I've made some lentil burgers. I think I have a recipe for that. They came out really good. One of the things that I want to do is I want to make a lot of lentil burgers or bean burgers ahead of time and then freeze them. I'm working on something for that, so you can keep, you can just take them out of the freezer, reheat them, put them in a bun, a little bit of some kind of sauce, and you could have that. I try not to really eat a lot of bread and things like that. I try to eat almost everything whole foods. So bread has definitely been, something that I've took out. Veggie soup, but the broth is beautiful red color. Oh, okay. So it's like oh, that's right. It's like a German beet soup, right? Am I correct on that? I think, yeah, I think I have seen it. So is a broth, or is it like a cream, like a like a cream soup? Let me see. Let me try to see if I can find it on here. Bosh. I've heard of it. Let me see real quick. Still trying to get used to washed. Washed soup. Let's see here. I'm probably butchering that. Uh, okay, so I see a recipe. Oh, okay, it's a Russian recipe. This one is. Oh, it looks good. From what I'm seeing here, it looks really, really good. They have it in different ways. Some of it looks kind of chunky. Yes, I understand the respect factor with parents. I am happy to hear it's better. I am convinced we eat too much meat and processed stuff. You are speaking of borscht. I think it has cream in it. Okay. It can be both. Some people put cream in it. Right. Yeah. So I see some recipes on here that's showing it like chunky, and then some recipes are showing it more like a broth. Yeah. The thing with the red meat, you got to think about us as humans, and this is something that I kind of analyzed on my own. If we were uh, naturally outside, like how biologically we would be without creating everything that we have created around us, like this whole entire food system, we would have to chase animals down and kill them with our bare hands and eat them. And if you think about that, like how hard would it be to really kill an animal, clean it, and then eat it with your bare hands? You wouldn't be getting a lot of meat on our own. So I think that we kind of screwed ourselves up by making this society where people kind of like worship protein, and my protein intake is incredibly low. I used to bodybuild and spend an hour to 2 hours a day in the gym and load myself up with protein shakes and chicken. I would eat chicken 3 times a day, and I mean, yeah, I was big and strong, but I wasn't healthy. My blood pressure was going up since I was 30, and I was very low body fat at one point, and I would do cardio all day. My blood pressure was still incredibly high. It's just not good. My arteries, I believe, were hardening over time, and then the pressure of the blood against the artery wall was what was causing the high blood pressure. And I found that out, and I tried for years. I mean, I own a supplement store. I tried every supplement under the sun. Keto helped me a little bit when I did it. It did lower my blood pressure because I believe that when you do keto, you lose a lot of the intracellular fluid, which high blood pressure comes from water retention, and a big factor of it. And then, of course, also, atherosclerosis, which is like the hardening of the arteries. All of that stuff helps. Um, yeah, it is. I know. I was reading. Yep. Yeah, that's awesome that you've been here that long. That's great. Thank you. Yeah, I was reading about moringa a long time ago. Actually, in my area, Fort Myers, there's a huge nursery where they started sending it to Brazil. It was one of the first places where they actually grew moringa, and they were sending it to Africa, to Brazil, and to all different places. And I found that out through a doctor that had seen one of my customers and had recommended it to them. But yeah, I found out about moringa before they were even putting that into capsules. In my original country where I'm from in Cuba, they're growing it everywhere because there they don't have any meat. And it's another thing that people are really, really healthy there, and they're hungry. You know, they're skinny. They don't have meat. You don't get meat in Cuba. I lived there till I was 9, so meat was not part of our diet unless we grew chickens or something. And most people there don't eat it. And a lot of people are centenarians. They have no health care. The system is completely eroded. It's been a disaster for the last 50 years, and yet there's tons of people that are 100 years old, just you know, not eating animal products because they can't. There isn't any. If they ever did a study on Cuba, you know how they have done on the blue zones of like centenarians where people live the longest, they would probably find out that there's tons of people there that are living over 100, and not really by choice. It's just because they don't have the food, and which is a blessing in disguise. They're not able to get any meat. When I lived there, they would allow 1 pound of meat per person per month, and that was it. That's all a family got, like 1 pound of meat per person, and it was never beef. It was like chicken or like fish or something like that, and you'd have like a card, and you'd go there and they would check it off, and it was like a little notebook, and you would go there, you go to the market, and they say, okay, so here's your 1 pound. Next month you come in, they check it off, and then next month you go in there and they give you 1 pound of meat for the month. And I left Cuba in 1986. That was back then. Now that they don't get any meat at all, people haven't had meat there like for so long. It's so crazy that a hippopotamus escaped in Cuba, and people were chasing it down to eat it. Like one of the most dangerous animals in all of Africa, and people are so desperate. They haven't eaten meat in so long that they're chasing this animal to eat it. That's how bad it is. But people living to 100. My grandfather died at 98 there, and that was because he broke his hip. So, but okay, guys. So we've been here for 30 minutes. And it's been great talking to you, chatting with you, experimenting with this streaming. I'll talk to you guys later on. I'm going to do it again ever so often. And hopefully we can catch up every once in a while and let you know what's going on with the channel periodically from time to time. And next time, I'll definitely give you guys a heads up, a few hours ahead of time before I do it. Thank you all so very much for stopping in and watching and chatting with me today.